without a fight.
Well, the issues are sorted and we're hopping right into it. The 1x bet odds at the top, favoring Heroic coming into this one. And how could you not at this point? Hawk, everything is leading towards them, but Big, they're on their way back. It's a quick underpass play coming in from Stown and Kadian.
Definitely an awkward angle to clear with Stown just holding connector. I don't think they'll be ready for this. Tizian goes down early, and Stown looks for more, but Tabson trades at long range.
Yeah, and in behind Kadian, finally striking with his initial push into the underpass. He has found Keto, refresh, landing shots for the Danes here as well. And it does put Searson and Tabson in a very difficult situation. And 2v4 to try and pull this round back. And that bomb nowhere near them, nowhere near their possession. And Tabson walking through jungle, right through the Murder Hawk. And Shush will find his head. Searson now left alone in this 1v4 that is just unwinnable at this point.
Especially with the bomb drop down on the site. There's no way in for him. Tessus lands the initial shot. And that early boost means they don't have to use any early nades. They still have full utility on both these players. The flash is good, but Kadian's better. He gets the kill while blind. Another early advantage for Heroic.
Yeah, good timing on taking the shot there for Kadian. Now they've got full B control. Heroic have even got ramp as Refresh pushes through. He's got Shushin behind him. Two new players here for Heroic, finding control, but Xantaras fighting it back. Starts to move forward, and Shush is around the corner. The headshot in, and the bomb caught.
That's a big deal. Shush can just try and stay alive. He's even got a molly to buy even more time in the ramp. And even though Stown's flashed away, Big have to get that bomb back. And there's another molly for Shush.
Yeah, and Texas has arrived to the party over here as well. 35 seconds. Big may have the A site, but the bomb is safely in the hands. And there's another incendiary. They know how many players are around the corner now. This is not going to be easy, but the flash in from Keto, they need to explode with 20 seconds. They need to take the fight. Shush, while blinded, gets one, but Searson replies quickly. Keto still locking down the site control, but there's only 15 seconds left, and Stown, he's come through. It's the two ops that remain in play, and with 10 seconds, Searson looks at the round loss. And it gets shut down just before the timer runs out. So
they play this really annoying style on Mirage, where they are so fluid with their setups. We saw it in the pistol round. Kadian was able to get in behind Big as they were trying to set up their play. Now we see it in the first gun round, where Heroic get aggressive towards B. They get the early kill there.
If he starts walking out of Palace, he has to be aware they didn't have a ramp play. They didn't have anybody watching it. And with Heroic and how they're playing, he's going to walk around the corner right into Shush. So that's a big opening yet again for Heroic. And Stown on top of Ticket goes for the flick down. Not too far off hitting that one, but just a miss coming in.
Nade a bit too early into connector, but this time Refresh is pushing through B. They're just consistently gaining this ground. Tizian comes back, but it's another 1v1 fight that goes the way of Heroic, and Big are hitting desperation mode.
Yeah, Kadian's over here with the AWP, holding down short. Tessus has come in with a headshot elsewhere, and now it's just Searson. He's found his first victim. He'll go for the bomb plant at least. Where does he go with this one after? He jumps across, he's been spotted. Going over that way, bits out the AWP shot, and now trying to limit some of these fights, trying to put himself in a favorable position. Nice quick shot down onto Refresh. He needs another one if possible. He's been burnt forward, damage done, forces him into the site, and tests us in with a headshot. It is going to be Heroic coming in. They've got 4 players over at A right now, just one player out top middle for Big as they start to head into the A site. Refresh playing in underneath the wood in front of those smokes. He's got a lot of his teammates over here to support him. Refresh might not even need the support. He's got one on Tizian. He's going in for the second, but Keto and Xantaras, they've traded out effectively. They've got the man advantage here for Big.
A couple of smokes should help them get that bomb down more easily, but they need that bomb down quickly here, Dinko. They've just used up all their utility, and now the smokes are fading. That bomb plant is not going to be as easy for Big to find.
Yeah, and with that Molotov in, that's going to force Keto into the open. Tabson now becomes the player that needs to stand tall. He's been able to find one, looking for the second pick onto the AWP of Stown, who's playing his position perfectly, not giving him an inch to play with. Searson, he's been pulled into action, but he's not been able to land a shot. And Tessa's trying to peer over the top of Ticket, finally torn out with a headshot of Xantaras. And Stown baiting out the shot of Searson. He has already found himself one victim, but there's 2 more to collect in this round for the young Dane. He's only got the smoke and the kit available to him. He knows he's got to deal with these 2 players. He's aware of the likely positions, and he's not too far off, but Xantaras still alive, doing damage onto Stown. He'll creep through the smoke. As Seriousn is repositioned up to Palace, that position should be too strong, and Zantara is even peeking out for the 3K.
This was Zantares jiggle peeking at the end of the round from the bomb site, and Big are once again upping the pace on mid.
Oh, Arcadian, good opening. But like you said, it's fast here from Big. They're putting pressure on the connector, and Refresh nearly getting caught with an nade in his hand, but it's Tizian. This cracked open an opening into the B site, but is quickly held with the Incendiary and the repositioning of the second player into the B defense.
Tizian's really good at just putting pressure on that B site, though. He's got that lurk smoke up so that Heroic feel like they have to keep a couple of players here. Cadian's one of them, but he goes back a second time and still gets the kill he was looking for.
I love the confidence for the re-peek there from Cadian, but Keto has slipped the net. He's in behind. They're not looking for him. Refresh could be the victim here. Keto's got a smoke up on the right side. He spotted the barrel there of Refresh. He's got that information, and he's just waiting for Tizian. Taps in towards short. He finally gets his kill, and now Refresh knows he's got to deal with two angles. He gets the first out onto Keto, but can he deal with Tizian? Over the top, Tizian with the headshot, and that's now Big into the B site.
They're going to get that bomb down, but Shush has rotated over quite quickly. No kits currently in play for Heroic. No real nades to speak of either, but they know that Big are likely trapped on this site. Shush is looking for the early angle, but it's down on the big flank that could be unexpected.
Yeah, Zantares wasn't looking this way, but now turns his attentions over. But Tizian, he's looking the wrong way, and Zantares couldn't back him up. And now Zantares left in the clutch, hits the first headshot. Now looking for the second. Zantares, can he get it done? He can! A big round for Zantares, and that's exactly how he wants to start it off.
Big are generally fairly effective on these B plays, but I think Heroic are ahead of this one. They've got two on the B site, and there are players in underpass ready to flank.
Yeah, this is very good right now for Heroic on the defense. Tessus has hit the first kill. Refresh is still in here as well. Stown has been spotted, but it's a spanner into the works for Big. They know they have to try and deal with an attack on both fronts, and the bomb is dropped. That just throws extra issues into the mix here for Big, and Cadian and Tessus just finding kills. It's Tabson, the last victim, and Heroic get the right read. They make the right play.
Even if it's not straight away, they're going to try and get some information. And Cadian's doing that here, but the run boost gets him across safely. Cadian almost gets the kill, but Tizian is the man who finds it.
I like that from Big. It's a little variation. They're completely ready for the play, as you were saying, Alex. You've got to expect some of those aggressive plays from Heroic. They've been throwing at them the whole half, so a nice little run boost to try and create a little bit of a mix. They do get one pick over at least the shot landed, but it's Tizian that swings out for the headshot. Now Stown walking up into Palace. He's not looked the right way. Keto's got the perfect timing, and all falls onto Shush. Can he hold on to the attack? So many players coming this way, and it only takes one. Zantares hits the headshot. The force field smokes up, and the bomb plant can come through for Big. Heroic have to save. And meanwhile, in Save Simulator, it is Refresh and Cadian still hanging on to their weapons. Big this time.
This is a very powerful position.
It is, but there's a play coming through apartments from Tessus. He's getting aggressive, and he's been found by Tizian, and that's more of a problem for the B defense now. You don't just have Tabson on this flank, but you've also got to deal with the fact that there's only one player left, and it's Stown with lots of players coming his way. He has to focus on two angles. Tabson holds the flank. He's not even going to get reinforcements over here, so Stown has to do it all himself, and he's done it so far. A good double, and it's now all once again on the shoulders of Zantares. The only player really delivering on the scoreboard, and he has been spotted. Stown holds on with a 4K.
And that leaves Big with only a single premium rifle. And ouch, Seriousn with that one AK is already down low.
Oh, Tizian just diving out with a MAC-10, and hasn't really worked out for him. Not enough pressure created that to really make the Heroic players sweat. It's Keto, Zantares, and Seriousn left alone. And they're diving down. Seriosun at the bottom of the stairway. Zantares, he was there if needed, but it's Seriosun just catching Kitty and diving through the smoke. So suddenly, back into that 3v3 scenario, and the bomb does go down, but all the picks from Heroic come in quickly. There's a group up play from Heroic into the A site. Currently, you've only got one player over here playing from Ticket. Playing retake is Keto. The smokes will go up. If Heroic focus down in on the CT spot, it could be a nasty surprise for Keto. He hasn't landed any shots, and finally he gets the headshot. He's been tagged down to 20. A lot of damage being done, but no kill yet for Heroic. It could all change with this jungle push from Shush, but no, the answer is just no. Refresh, the only player drawing blood for the Danes and finally stepping up with a following kill. But it's Big that are coming out on top of these fights. Currently in the 3v2. Bomb down though for Heroic, and they're currently sending one player up back to Palace to try and play for the post plant, and that is just Cadian. They can get on the defuse. Keto is going to be sticking it, holding it down, and Cadian, a timer on his plays. He gets out of Palace. Can he find the pick in time? He's got to peek out this bodyguard cover, and he cannot get the denial of the plant, but he does, in fact, find himself 3 kills.
So they've got a few more options open to them, including this mid control. Couple of smokes already deployed. Tizian needs to be careful. There are 3 AKs coming his way.
Yeah, AKs versus MP9. It's a simple equation, really. But Xantares, he's the unshielded, and while the MP9, maybe not such a simple equation at all. Xantares gets involved, and now it's just Refresh. The force bite does not work out for Heroic. Once they know the position of Shush, just getting that defuse in for Xantares becomes very easy. But it's all about this one. Heroic have the buy. Big do as well. As Keto going for the aggressive short peek and Refresh. He peeks out. Fully blinded was Keto. And that's a free pick for Heroic.
You can still see for Big, plenty of eyes focused on mid right now.
Well, the smoke fades away. Tabson nearly got a surprise kill in middle. It's down. He's pushed up the chair, and Tizian has no idea. He's not going to be checking that at all. And that calls for the play into the B side. And the way Big have been playing this is very short-centric, right? They haven't been playing a player inside of the site. So once they know there's a distraction in middle, Heroic just pounce on the B site. And once again, Big left.
They are closing in on his position. They really don't want him to save this AK. Couple of players close by. Flash comes in. Xantares now knows they're coming, and he can only get the one headshot. Refresh right round the corner with the trade. Now they're doing it with the MAC-10s.
Yeah, that was quite something. That was fun to watch, that for sure. But now it's the MAC-10s. A little bit more of a viable weapon for this kind of stance. And while Tessus gets caught early, Xantares, he's doing a pretty decent job at holding this quick play from Heroic. In fact, he's doing a flawless job as Tizian steps up as well. It's just Shush left alone, and he is picked out as well. 9 rounds for Big with the Apartments players. So you do look to Tizian to try and hold on here and get 1 or 2 kills. Just he has to get something out of this. He can't go down without a fight, and Refresh is going to take him out without a single kill. The smoke's not even in yet right now, and Heroic are popping before them, and they're getting the kills. Xantares dropped out of the round as well, but Tabson coming back in, cannot find anything, and Heroic's B site take is perfect.
Players didn't have mollies as the push was coming in. That makes all the difference. And now it's just those 2 orbs trying to save. Definitely.
All of that information, so...
Absolutely. He could be the real X factor that makes this team incredible. They're already doing a great job. He's starting to play great too, and here comes the fast play. Cadian flash assist. Tessus just running in.
Yeah, Tessus running up, but Keto is currently watching short, and he will get the kill onto Tessus. His teammate needs to hold, and Tizian on the double kill. He wants a little bit more as Cadian is now the last remaining player. This time, Big have walked away with a very good round. Cadian will start to back away from the Apartments. He's down to 9 HP. He'll start to filter further back. But Tabson will not let him exit the T Apartments that easily. Gideon's got to hang around for a little bit, and with a minute left, very valuable weapon in play. So good flash over from the side itself. Searson, I don't know why, but I just do. So for round 25, a large demographic do hit me just right now. And Gideon is going to push down middle. It's Searson, who's been plucked down to the round very early on indeed, but it's a quick play out. Palace coming through and Refresh. He's dropped down by Keto, and now the play from Heroic into the A site might just be foiled by Tabson on top stairs, but the headshot again from Shush. It has to be Tizian, and he was a big man on the hole for the B side, but this time he's over at A. It doesn't really matter if Tessus is taking down the rest of his teammates, though. He's ripped a hole in the defense of Big, and it's map point for Heroic here. Big's map pick not looking so hot for them. Information to play with, but once again it is Tizian who will be tested, this time only with a decal, and it's a headshot immediately for Refresh. Follow up in for Shush. This is looking like a done deal. Even the flank does not work out for Big. It's just Keto and Xantares, and it's a clean performance here for Heroic.
It's a team performance too, even in this final round. 3 headshots from 3 separate players get them onto the B-bomb site. And Keto desperately looking for a way in, but Heroic aren't giving it to him. Tessus lands the shot, and Shush closes it out 16. They're going to be used early alongside that smoke and flash, but Heroic have plenty of players running through Yard 2. Might be a split onto this A site.
Well, Keto knows players have crossed over to Hell, but he can't do anything about it. So Searson now in a difficult position. Tizian getting one on the dual Berettas, but it's Keto that is the main fragger here for Big. Bomb will come over into the lower site. Gideon locking that bomb plant in, at least confirming the second round 4 spy. And that is all they will get out of the pistol. Just 1 kill for Heroic and a bomb plant.
The upside of this is that Heroic have much more utility than they would have, and they're going to use some nades early with the aggression. Tizian quickly traded, and they can get access to that B bomb site.
Well, Keto's going to try and stop them from going down without damage, and he's doing his best, but he hasn't been able to get a kill just yet. Eventually gets a chance, but it's Down that's won it out, and Tapson's made the quick rotation down into the B site. He's separated. Xantara is severed off from his teammate with that Molotov, and Heroic so far so good, but Searson sneaking in. Just pulled the dual Berettas out. Bomb plant secured again here for Heroic. The headshot at long range with the Julies for Searson. He's going to try and get in close and behind him. It's another kill for Searson on the dual Berettas. And suddenly only Cadian left in the 1v1. He's got a chance here with this Deagle. Searson is under a good bit of pressure. He's got that smoke. Hasn't got the kit right now. So that does create a bit more pressure for Searson. He'll try and draw Cadian into the open. And Gideon's not buying this. He doesn't believe he's on the bomb, but now he might think it's going for him. He runs forward, doesn't get the kill, but Searson's off the bomb, and that's all that matters right now for Heroic. Running that clock down, and Gideon still gets the kill.
They only have 1 smoke left. They used a lot of smokes on Yard. Searson has that line of sight, but they're wrapping into A.
And Xantaras will be under a good bit of pressure. He's going to get one and just drop back into hut, but he doesn't know that Stown's in behind. You might think that's safe, but Stown destroys your humble abode. And now Stown looking for a second kill. It's fantastic stuff from the young Day, and it leaves Big in a situation where they once again, he's stuck in ramp room. Only got the MP9 now, so these fights actually could work out for him. He gets a little bit of extra cash. He can mow them down. He's close to getting the double, but unfortunately, Refresh finds him.
Searson, got to get back to safety. They're going to flash and run at him. Yeah. There's not much time left.
Oh, Searson just hides in behind the barrel. That might save him, but they're over the top. That's the AWP gone. That's heartbreak for Big. Through the smoke with a Deagle onto Refresh, but finding much more with the weak weapons is certainly going to be a difficult task, to say the least. But Keto is repositioned up top hut. There's a second player down there, and Xantaras and Keto both get kills on the Deagles, and now AKs to play with for Big.
Those Deagle body shots are deadly up close. That's what allows Big those close range fights with the pistols. Tizian's holding this angle where he can watch a couple of positions. He can spot for shadows. Oh, he doesn't see the shadow of Tessus though, does he?
Oh, Shush has the bomb and Searson's above him. He spots it. He knows it's on the back of Shush down there, but how does he get down? How does he get down with not being spotted, but also just being sneaky? Shush gets in front of the doorway. In the meantime, Xantaras has gone down, and Shush is out into the site. Keto has got the information thanks to Searson. He's passed that on, and he's got close into hut. Now he's creeping up on the bomb plant, so Shush might just go down here, denying the plant. Oh, it just comes in last second on the plant, but Big still went out the round. Looks like Heroic are leaning in towards the ramp play, and there's 2 proficient riflers at the ready. Tizian will be elevated. Tapson in below him. This will be difficult to flush out, but Tess says he's done a good job taking Tizian out, and Tapson's only been able to get 1. So that does open up the B play here for Heroic, and Searson has flashed off his angle.
It looked like Big were ready, but they didn't get the setup as quickly as they would have wanted. And now Refresh could be in enemy lines, but he was spotted. Yeah. Searson spotted him from Yard, so Xantaras looks up the vent, waits for any potential flank. Refresh is playing it so patiently, though.
Yeah, even though they know Refresh is up there, he's not going to get these flanking kills easily, but it is taking 2 players out of the retake attempt. He's just keeping them up here, focused on his spot, and all of the kills come in here for Heroic, and it leaves Xantaras alone in the 1v4. AK-47 starting to retreat its way out of the B site. Does get a partying kill on Tessus, but Refresh does have a team Molotov right in front of him that's preventing him to peek into Secret, and Xantaras is going to use that advantage. He's going to get closer and closer, and has exited Secret comfortably. Now towards back garage, gets the right read on the position of Refresh, but Stown is close by. Xantaras keeping the weapon due to the economic situation of Heroic. They don't want to lose any more weapons. Chinks in the armor just yet, so a solid buy for both teams. 2 kits in play for Big, so keep note of their positions, and it's a quick play out here from Heroic. The flashes are perfect from Tesses. That allows an opening in for refresh, but Xantares makes it short-lived, and now it's the real play. It's the outside play from Heroic.
Tizian's already gone down, though. He's not playing ramp this time. He's ahead of the game.
Yeah, he's coming up quickly into Secret. He's got a good position, but he's checked. Stown is so ready for that. And that's the kill onto Tizian. The headshot, but Tabson, he's trying to be sneaky, knowing he has to step up, knowing that his team are down too many members, and a play needs to be made, and it's Tabson stepping into that, leading with an example, but he's whiffed his spray, he's whiffed his lines, he's got the kill, but only one.
Imagine if Stown doesn't turn back there. It could have been multiple players lining up, but instead it's a 1-for-1 trade. And now Xantares wants to show Tabson how it's done.
Xantares is currently walking down Secret, but Cadian, he was holding it. And now, it's Shush walking into the angle. Xantares picks him and drops back. It is a 2v2 here, 44 seconds. Good stuff from Xantares not to overcommit, not to lose his life. He still has Searson down in the site. He's playing from the cubby. They have no idea that he's in here right now. They have to be aware of a possibility of an aggressive play onto the bomb planter, but it's safe in behind Silo. And Searson hasn't been able to find it, but the info's gathered from Tessis, but the shot is good from Searson. It still comes through. And now Cadian, coming out of the control room, has to clutch it out. The shot is landed. The HE is not going to reach his position, is not going to reach its intended mark. And Cadian's under so much pressure. The headshot from Xantares, well played. Great composure from Big to win that round. And Tizian and Tabson, they like to double up in the ramp, but that flash is just about ineffective on the Shush. He held a good tight angle, but it doesn't even matter. Even though he avoids the flashbang, Tizian still wins out the duel. Stown has been down here, just making himself comfortable, making himself at home. And Tizian, he is aware of the possibility. They've got players down here now for Big. Tizian is the player inside of the site. They will look to try and deal with the initial play out decon. He's found one, but traded out pretty quickly. And Searson on the ramp at the right side, holding, just waiting for something. And finally, the rest of his teammates will arrive. Heroic have not gone onto the site. They have not been able to plant this bomb. And Big are in control. But they can't just go back up the vent. And that's a window of opportunity. The bomb did get up, but Cadian didn't follow.
Full health for Tesses, but 4 players against him. Where's he going to play this post plant from? He's planted it a little open so he can go back towards door, try and fight. Unfortunately for him, though, he's unable to win it. Again, got ahead of them. He's playing inside Secret.
Oh, this could work out, Tizian. Oh, they're just running with their knife out. Refresh right into the guillotine.
Loving some of these switch-ups from Big. It looks like they are getting ahead of the curve. They're not giving away this position for free, but Tabson's just giving them a free frag.
Yeah, just walking, trying to transition outside to a stronger position, and maybe just a little unnecessary. Now Tizian taking a fight. All that hard work, a grid opening kill.
Not much utility left for Heroic. But if they just go contact out onto this A site, they should be able to, especially with that smoke up and the kill from Stown.
Yeah, all it takes is one smoke to smoke off mid. There was no player inside of the site. Now the explosion from Heroic just towards the end. Through the smoke, the first victim found for Heroic and Tabson. This was the play he went down previously with this play trying to transition outside, and he's into garage. Will refresh, expect him here. He's walking closer, and again, his back turn taps him for the free kill. Tizian aggressing into ramp, this time working out for him, and he gets away.
He's going to stick around, though, because Keto's here to help. Tizian able to find yet another frag with the help of his teammate. Heroic don't want to go down to B, though. They're going to wrap up to this A site.
Oh, and Xantares is ready for it. Molotov down deep into the site. Xantares just holding for the cross at heaven, and Tabson, oh, he gets caught outside. Cadian, good awareness to check that. And he brings down Tabson and turns it into the 2v2. Gideon's going for the fight at mid. He's going to lose the bomb. Shush now into the 1v2 clutch. He has been able to find his first victim, but look at that health. 3 HP, no bomb control. And Xantares knows this. He knows he can just watch the cross out. Finally, Shush will spot him, trying to use the Molotov, but Xantares knows he just needed to land one shot.
That could be a pretty deadly 1-2 punch.
Especially when he's up on top of the hut here. Very difficult angle to flush out, and he's got one. Just rattles back, reloads his weapon, and then pushing out here, but getting caught by every Heroic player. Tizian and Tabson just mauled to pieces. Heroic with a clean pistol.
one of the few AWPers in the world who actually has a higher T-side rating, and you can see why he's willing to take fights like that, and he wins another AWP battle up against Cadian.
Well, he set the picture perfectly with some stats there, Hawker. Searson showing up at the start of the round, Down dropping back, but tabseN is ready. He spots the arm as well, and a clean little tap. tabseN gives him it. They're just waiting on tabseN to fully clear all of the spots. With the flash ready, the ball will come up heaven, but Tessis runs back into the site, but it's tabseN in with the kill, but they haven't checked for Shush. Once again, he is sneaky in below. They haven't cleared him. Oh, here we go, Shush. They haven't seen him. That's denial of the plant. Can he get another one? The XM is mowing them down. 2 kills for Shush, but Tizian and Xantares come in with the headshots. But when that heaven wrap comes in, you've got to deal with 2 players in behind, and the flash is at the ready for Keto. He's going to flash deep. Tess is completely blinded. That should get rid of him, but they've whiffed their spray. They've whiffed their lines. Eventually gets the kill. tabseN stepping up for big as well, and Cadian finally with that ramp progression. He spotted an opening to try and pull the round back for his team. On plan starting to come through, but Shush is sneaking by. He's in behind, and tabseN's dropped down. It suddenly all becomes Keto. He's got a Molotov for this, but there's still 3 players he's got to look for. The underhand molly goes in. The defuse being stuck. It's not reaching Shush just yet. It's not reaching him at all, and it's not going to touch him. Cadian with the kill, and Heroic, they tie things up. tabseN has got the Molotov ready for top of the hut. That's going to force refresh just off the position he got up onto, but they've got a couple of players into the site. Can they do anything about it though? Shush, he's only managed 1, and the whole defense of the A site has only managed 1 kill collectively, but it's down through the smoke connects. There's a player right in front of him, and it's Tizian right to the smoke. 1 on the P250, but Cadian quick to respawn. It's Tessis in lobby that might just get this fight against Keto, but it's Keto that comes out on top, and Cadian left alone. 1 versus 2 retake with the AWP. He goes to the decoy, but Big will secure 11 apiece. They're walking on the edges of these smokes, but Tessis, he has a good position to deal with this walk-up. And Stown is in towards main alongside him to play together, and Tessis will pick up this initial information. He gets the double kill. Well, actually, just 1. Stown backed him up there. Keto brought out of the round by him, and now the reface outside again. It's teamwork between Tessis and Stown that's got this round locked in truly for Heroic, and it's just cleaned up. Not a single player drops for the Danes.
tabseN has to be very careful here. Stown can hear these nades being thrown.
Yeah, he knows exactly where he is right now, and tabseN is going to try and deal with that issue down to his left side. And Stown, he's still waiting for his opportunity, and as the time ticks on, it's Tizian that's drawn first blood into this round for Big. Finally, Stown getting his chance, but he whiffs his lines. He hasn't been able to get it, and tabseN, he's got a follow-up headshot for Big. Heroic are starting to panic. They have to make the rotation, at least 1 down into the B site. But here come Big. They're going into A, and it's Shush close to the doorway. We've got to have a big step up from him. The flank from Tessis could definitely throw some issues that way. And Shush with a distraction gets 1. Refresh stepping up. And finally, it is brought back into a situation where Big are favored. And Refresh is going to walk into lobby. There's chaos right now on the server, and Refresh looks to thrive in it. 1v1 up against tabseN. Refresh looking for the clutch, and he has got it. Big plays coming in for Refresh. No one really presenting themselves for the opportunity. That's at least some info. I mean, the lack of info turns out to be info, but Tessis is down as Secrets there's early. It's Shush on the A site now who has to hold, and Xantares will be the first player that goes down. A man advantage in play here for Heroic.
Bit of a risky peek. It didn't look all that well set up. It was just a couple of flashes that looked like they were trying to set up Xantares for a fight, but Cadian's committed to this angle.
Yeah, once you miss that shot, there's a lot more pressure for Cadian, but luckily Stown is there to try and relieve some of it. Cadian gets out of that position. He gets further down the ramp.
That could give Cadian the chance with the AWP. Where are the big players coming from? They've thrown their nades. Now Cadian knows, and he's got the first kill. Tight angle on the second, but Searson's there for the trade, and the bomb will be planted.
Bomb down, but a man advantage for Heroic into the retake. Kits on every player, some utility available, and Tessis coming back down the ramp side. tabseN's trying to get a better position at Rafters, but now spams in front of the double door to change up his spot. It's Searson at Decon, finding the pick onto Refresh. He's going to go forward to try and fight double door, and now it's looking a little rough now for tabseN. He's stuck in the open. He finally gets to the window, but Tessis comes in for the headshot. They get onto the defuse, and Heroic are up to series point. 15-12 here on Nuke. They want resources in towards the inner side of the map. And it's going to be Tessus with the first pick. Keto dropped through the smoke from the ramp spam.
Nade into A. Doesn't do much damage. Flash to follow. Searson with that scout can be very, very good, but up against a full gun round, it's not going to be easy to make the most of that.
Tizian, he's already out vent.
But smoke comes in.
Yeah, Tizian's already out vent. He's looking for that fight heaven, waiting for the player to peek out. Now Tizian getting closer, encroaching on the position. It's Gideon and Refresh that have found the kills, and it's Heroic that have found themselves a win. It's going to be a 2-0 locked in against Big. They show up, they perform, and Heroic are looking like a team to beat here.
For everything that I hoped for, everything that I feared, I couldn't breathe at all.